Alright, so it's about 3:30 now in the afternoon, and I'm just heading back to Gyeongju. And basically what I'm planning to do is, instead of going for the sunrise shot that I'd hoped for, I'm gonna go for the sunset shot in kind of one of the more touristy sections, and I'm just navigating my way out of the my apartment building here. So basically what the plan is right now is to head out to a couple of the sites and show you guys basically around Gyeongju. Now basically Gyeongju is one of my favorite cities in Korea, and it's probably one of the more older cities as well, so there's a lot of history in it, and they actually call it the open air museum or the living museum, because there's just historical sites everywhere. So with that being said, let's get onto the highway here and let's blast off. Or not really blast off, just slowly drive as I have a small car. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I'm just now sitting down at a wonderful cafe called Cafe 737. And if you're in the Gyeongju area, Cheomseongdae, that sort of area, you've got to come down. I'll put the link in the description below, but I was just blown away by the generosity, but also the coolness of this cafe. I'm gonna throw up a shot later, but they've actually got a license plate from my home province in Canada, Manitoba. Haven't seen one of those in years, not to mention a couple of other cool ones, Northwest Territories. Now this cafe is a really funky place, and it's just down the road from all the major attractions, so if you can get there, really do try and pop in because it's kind of cool. Now, one of the things I'm doing here, I'm not just taking a break, I am sort of checking sort of my shot list and my ideas for this evening, because once the sun starts to set, there's not going to be a lot of time to shoot. So the overall plan right now is, because the light is really good, you can see behind me the blue sky, it's going to be awesome. The plan right now is to go and shoot the Daereongwon, which is the Tomb Park, which is kind of cool. Head out, shoot Cheomseongdae, and then hit Anapchi for the sunset slash blue hour. If there's time, I want to hit the Wolseongji, the bridge out there, but you know, there's not much really going on these days there because of the construction. They've actually capped both sides of the bridge, and it's a decent ways away from being completed, so it's not really that aesthetically pleasing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sip on my iced coffee here, again, Cafe 737. But one of the other things I want to bring up is just the changes in the area. When I first came here, maybe 10 years ago, the area has really changed. Before it was all Gyeongju bang places, which is Gyeongju bread, which is this kind of thing here, which is a bread filled with pot or sweet bean paste, red bean paste for that matter. But now it's gone to a more trendy, cafe-centered kind of vibe, which is indicative of Korean culture these days. So it's really kind of cool. So if you do get a chance to come down this way, check out this area. You know, do head out to Bulguksa and then Bomun area, but this, to me, this feels more of a true Gyeongju feel. So with that being said, I'm going to make sure I've got everything ready to go, clean my camera, sip my coffee, and head out very, very soon because the light is just gorgeous. Alright, so I'm here basically starting my shots for the evening at Daereongwon. and it's basically a whole park centered around dead people. And by that I mean it's a series of tombs, and it's probably one of the most I'd say calm and soothing places. And you can see up behind me here, you can't quite see it, but that gate right there, behind it is a major tomb. And I can honestly say for like the $2 or $2,000 that it takes to get in here, it's really a wonderful place to visit. It's actually been featured on the History Channel, talking about aliens, believe it or not, because one of the guys felt that the markings of the flying horse or something like that indicated celestial beings or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna start getting some shots, and yeah, let's take a look at what we can get here. Alright, so the sun's just basically setting, and it's just actually getting some really good light here. I've been actually taking a walk with a Korean gentleman. He's a firefighter from Pohang, and so he's been sort of getting us some really nice shots of some of the tourists here in their hanboks and whatnot. So that's kind of a unique shot for me, as I'm not really a big kind of people person, but at any rate, what it is that we're doing here is just sort of wandering around. We're having actually a really good conversation and getting some really good shots in this great light. You can just see behind me just the sun setting, and it's just getting really nice. And then what I'm doing is just sort of waiting out the time until the sun sort of sets, because I want to get some shots of Cheomsondae as the sun goes down. Alright, so the biggest thing here with these locations is that, well, the biggest thing, the best thing is that, for example, this one here, Cheomsondae, is actually free to enter. It does get a lot of people in it, so do be aware of that, but it is a great location that doesn't cost a lot of money. And that's one of the cool things about Gyeongju, is that a lot of the tourist sites are only a couple of bucks entry fee. Cheomsondae is actually free to enter right now, so do keep that in mind and come on up.